Hello guys, we are here with a brief explanation of Dawn editorials. We will also explain meanings of difficult words, indicate the idioms, punctuation marks, and discourse markers. Our first editorial is a celebration of women. We now know that pandemic is no great equalizer. The repercussions of the contagion on livelihoods, mental health, education have been far more pronounced for females across the globe, but especially so in the developing countries. Repercussions means result or consequence, and contagion means virus. During the past year, far more women lost their jobs when the economy contracted due to shutdowns. Female students were forced to do household duties, and rates of domestic violence shot up, with victim and perpetrators isolated in the close quarters. Today, March 8, also celebrated as International Women's Day, women of the world and their allies across the gender divide stand in solidarity with each other and declare loudly and firmly the status quo cannot be endured. Endure means cannot be tolerated. And colon indicates the explanation of previous sentence. Trans people, Baloch women whose loved ones have been forcibly disappeared, internally displaced women, women from urban centers and rural areas all come together to draw strength from each other and from the inspirational battles that many of them have fought and create networks for collective action. The Aurat March is also entitled as Patriarchy ka Pandemic. One of the demand is for massive state investment in rehabilitative program to manage the long-term effects of gender-based violence on victims. The charter also calls for sexual harassment committees to be set up in all medical facilities to create a safe working environment. The women movement started after General Ziaul Haq, the military dictator's regressive laws that sparked a gender rights struggle. Regressive means conservative and divisive and illiberal. Equise means accept something reluctantly but without protest. Now it is time to reflect on what can be done so that women-friendly laws can better achieve their purpose and how the environment can be made more conducive to the end. Having legislation is critical, but it is one half of the battle. To bring about societal change, the minds of men and the many women who have internalized misogynistic double standards must become capable of reimagining a woman's role. Conducive means making a certain situation or outcome likely or possible, while misogynistic means strongly prejudiced against women. Next editorial is about breast cancer awareness. Consider the implications of falling statistics. No less than 70% of women suffering from breast cancer seek medical attention at an advanced stage of the disease. But too many women play Russian roulette. Russian roulette means lethal game of chance in which a player places a single round in a revolver, spins the cylinder, places the muzzle against their head and pulls the trigger in hopes that the loaded chamber does not align with the prime percussion mechanism and barrel, causing the weapon to discharge. Against this dreaded disease, like greatly feared or deadly disease. There are several reasons for this: lack of awareness about symptoms, limited access to mammogram facilities, fear that the treatment will result in diminished femininity that will drive their husband away, and social stigma surrounding the disease. It depicts how a woman's family, particularly her husband, can be a source of strength and support for her in her battle against breast cancer. The statistics are frightening. Every year, some 90,000 cases of breast cancer are detected in Pakistan, the highest rate in all of Asia. Sadly, about 40,000 of these patients will die. Moreover, while the average age worldwide of breast cancer patient is 55 years, the median age in Pakistan is 35 years, which is truly alarming gap. It makes sense for us to strip away the misconceptions and stigma surrounding the disease and make an honest appraisal of how our attitudes are putting so many lives at risk. Tackling the subject through a web series in sound approach, and with Miss Moin's proven gift for storytelling, the venture is likely to be a memorable one. Venture means a risky or daring journey. Last editorial is about loss-making state-owned enterprises. The government has chosen 84 out of total 212 state-owned enterprises for privatization, liquidation, or retention in the public sector to meet a structural benchmark of IMF as it moves towards revival of the suspended 6 billion loan program. According to Finance Ministry report, the selected enterprises, which together employed 4,50,000 people and generated revenues of Rs 4 trillion in fiscal year 2019 against the book value of Rs 19 trillion of their assets, had collectively suffered hefty net losses of Rs 143 billion. Hefty means huge. A year before, their combined losses stood at whopping Rs 287 billion. The loss of top 10 loss-making state-owned enterprises include PIA, Pakistan Railways, power companies, and National Highway Authority account for around 90% of total losses each year. Incompetence, mismanagement, political interference, and lack of investment are like key reasons for the losses and debt stocks that have accumulated over the decades. However, state can make these companies profitable by setting a good example of profitably managing public sector business is the mixed ownership model, whereby the government owns the companies but these are run and managed by independently hired professionals without intervention from bureaucrats or politicians, thus delaying the red tapeism and nepotism and bureaucratic delays. Unless the reform program has room for transferring the management of firms whose ownership the government plans to retain, successfully restructuring state-owned enterprises will not be possible. Thank you so much. It was all about today's Dawn editorial.